Well, welcome back to Shimpling Park Farm. Storm Eunice certainly came to visit us this month, and it reminded me just how multi-skilled a farmer has to be and how flexible and agile our amazing team is.
So yeah, we've done footpaths, which were priority, and we cleared the roads on the day, and we're now doing maintenance around the farm.
Okay, a lot of trees down.
Quite a few, yeah, and big ones as well, unfortunately.
And all the time, the crops we harvested last year leave our stores load by load and lorry by lorry. We harvest once a year, but you like to eat every week of the year. So good storage and steady delivery is the vital link that goes on between the farm and the plate. This is milling wheat, off to make organic bread. On the other side of the farm, there's more to load up. Thank heavens for the loader. As you may have noticed, it gets used for everything, come rain or shine. Miserable weather, isn't it?
Oh, terrible.
Yeah. Well, what are you picking up?
Organic wheat.
Where's it going?
That's going to Tingle Wheat in Buckinghamshire, the other side of Milton Keynes. Taking it to a mill, and at the mill they'll mix it with other stuff, and then it'll go as animal feed, might be for cattle, pigs, chickens.
And all organic?
All organic, yeah.
So does every load have a passport?
Yes. Load has a passport. That'll be 44 tonne altogether with a lorry, and it'll be about 28 tonne of actual feed.
And then back on the other side of the farm, there's more to load from the other store. So what have you come to pick up?
I'm here to load a load of organic malting barley,
All right.
and that's going over to Holland. So from here, once I'm loaded, I'll be going to Harwich, get on the ferry tonight and get off in Holland in the morning and deliver tomorrow afternoon.
Look how clean your lorry is. Did you just wipe it?
Yeah.
And then when will you get home?
I don't know, because I'll go and reload, and that could go anywhere. I'm sometimes away for 2 to 3 weeks at a time.
Are you? No wonder your cab's your home.
Yeah, so I've got everything I need in there. I've got a fridge in there, I've got a microwave and telly, got everything that I need. So yeah, that's me.
I rather wish I'd asked for a tour around this lorry cab. So what's the paperwork you're doing?
This is called a CMR. Who we're doing the job for, where it's going, where we're picking it up. That's again where it's going, and then there's various references. This shows the people my last 3 loads, when you have to clean out after each load, and then when we're loaded I'll get Greg to sign there, and then he keeps the top copy, and then I carry on with the rest.
So it's very traceable?
Yeah, completely traceable, yeah.
Yeah. So by law you have to be 44 tonnes?
44 tonnes, yeah.
That's amazing, you've got that on your phone?
Yeah. It's also on the side of the trailer, but it saves me standing in all the dust. So as he's loading, I've now got 18.1 tonnes on.
Oh my gosh.
So it will show me exactly what I get on. So I know I'm within the 44 tonne weight limit.
And John's on tour again.
So I've just done a talk for the Hereford Monitor Farm. I did it on sustainability within our system, but also new things that we're doing at Shimpling Park Farm or plan to do in the near future. And I just got absolutely fantastic questions, really, really good, interesting questions. I think it's just great being in a room full of farmers who really want to learn something different. So you're going to get, inquiring minds, and we really had that today.
And then he dashed down to Somerset. Sometimes the conversation is just much better in person than it is on Zoom.
So I'm Tom Matthews. I graduated from Reading University doing a degree in agriculture and business management in 2020.
Why have you come along today?
To listen to your husband talk about organic farming, which I'm actually quite passionate, interested in, because the way we farm at the moment is to the best of my ability and the best of my boss's ability, but I don't believe is the future.
I've just spoken to the Taunton Monitor Farm group and just as yesterday just got some absolutely fantastic questions, which is the reward for doing what I'm doing. But also the other thing is through the questions you get, you always learn something, and there were some quite challenging ones, I have to say, as well, so I had to be on my mettle. I think I answered them okay, but it also made me think about how I'm running my own business.
John, what's the most common question that comes up after farming talks at the moment?
I suppose the negative question is that farming systems that aren't just about high input, high output won't feed the world. When I first started farming in the 1980s, we had mountains of grain, lakes of milk, lakes of wine. We produced everything in excess, and yet still people were starving around the world. It's a very complex question. It's nothing to do with yield. Probably the questions I get most asked about are when farmers are having problems with failing chemistry, so weeds are not being controlled and diseases aren't being controlled. How do we do that in the face of not being able to use any chemicals? And of course, it's a multifaceted reply, and it's a complex reply. But of course, there are ways of dealing with it, which I hope I impart when I'm giving my talk.
Have you learnt anything today?
Oh yes, a lot. Too much to say.
Anything you thought?
I found it interesting that not to be scared about cultivation. I'm quite keen on no-till and things like that, but I think what John said about don't be scared to do what's actually right. I think there is a happy medium where we can work together and still feed the world and all that, but also keep nature alive and living healthily. I think there's so many opportunities out there, and as I don't think there's a farm in the southwest that isn't looking for labour, so there's plenty of jobs available.
How good it is to come across such intelligent, enthusiastic young farmers grasping at the brave new world. Well, that weather hasn't been dry enough to plant any of our spring crops, but the ones we planted last autumn are doing really well, and they'll motor as soon as the soil warms up. Well, there's never a boring day if you work in farming, from tree surgeons to mechanics.
Put it back together.
To our annual health and safety review, where we check every job on the farm to ensure it's safe. And that's before our great team have even planted a seed in the ground. And having had a COVID outbreak on the farm, thankfully everyone's now healthy and out of isolation, ready to get planting as soon as the soil dries out a bit. Or bring on that spring weather. See you next time.